Hi my YouTube family, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. Welcome to Home Garden and Fashion. First of all, I would like to thank you so much to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please do go to my Facebook fan page and give me a like over there. I would really appreciate. So today, as I promised you, I'm going to do a video on how to decorate with a mirror in the hand of a blouse. So this is, as you see, this is a sari blouse and I'm going to decorate the hand of it. So I just outlined a design just out of my imagination. So you need to first outline your design, and this is kind of like a popular design, so I did this one. So first go through your outline and you give enough space. This one I am thinking I will do a mirror in the center, and then I will do some long beads and some round beads. I might throw in some sequences as well. So now I have an audience, and she requested to show her what kind of glue / paint I'm using. So this is for you, and I'm not gonna name anyone. So this is called glitter dimensional fabric paint. Now here in US you can find it in any local craft store, but I do not know about India. But you can ask in your any fancy store, any store where they sell all different sorts of arts and crafts material. You can ask them that you need a paint / glue to decorate your t-shirts. This is actually, you can decorate anything with it, t-shirts, blouse, and you can glue anything with it. I have tried to glue big mirrors with it, not very huge, just 1-inch mirror, 1/2-inch mirror, and you put sufficient amount of this glue and it really works. And the best thing about this glue is you can wash it and dry it. You can even dry it in the dryer and there is no effect on your design. So this glue stays permanent. Even your fabric might get teared off, but the glue will still be there. So that's why I like this. And this is really economic too. It doesn't cost that much. For this big bottle didn't cost me that much, and I decorated many sarees with it. And I have uploaded a video on this Jardosi saree. I don't know if you guys have watched it or not, and many other things I have decorated with this, so be sure to watch them, including all my purses. I've created so far 3 purses and all decorated with this paint. You can attach sequences, beads, mirrors, anything, you name it, you can attach, but make sure that just not too heavy, because you know there's limit to everything. So if you attach something huge mirror, it will fall off definitely. But you can attach up to 1-inch mirror with this, give sufficient amount. And then 2 main things you must remember with this paint, that you need to give sufficient amount for it to be attached, and the second thing is you must allow it to dry completely. So give 3 or 4 hours after you do the project. So let's start with our next project. Now I did this one, and I have shown in my many of my videos in my I think it was in the suit design, and there I put this mirror, and then I put this mirror another blouse design, and then I put this mirror in my purse design. So by now you know how to use the frame, how to make the sides of the frame, and how to put the mirror in the center. So I will not be showing that again, I'll just give the link. So this is the mirror. This is the way you put the mirror. Now this frame is done with just a black yarn, and this one done with twice a black yarn and a golden yarn with the sequence. I talked about it in my other video, so you can do this one. So just if you don't know how to make this one, go watch my Tom shoes decoration with mirror, go watch my purse decoration with mirror, then you will know, and I will also provide a link for you. So now to stitch that, you can stitch it just like that, but I would rather go ahead and put a little frame, so that way my fabric will be tight. So I will just go ahead and put a little frame. So I'm ready with my frame, and now I'm going to stitch it, and then I'll show you how you do that. So if you have a frame, this will be really nice and tight. If you don't, it will be loose. So you put your mirror and then you put your second frame, and you make sure your fabric is tight, very tight. Now with the needle, first you go inside, then you put your frame, because you have to know where you're going. Make sure your mirror is centered, and then now you go like this. Now after you go, now you put your frame. Both the side is same. So after you put your frame, then you have to go from the side. First you do long stitches, then you come do shorts. So right now I'm doing long stitches. Right now I'm just trying to stitch this to the fabric, then I will do the final adjustment. So here, come out first and then go in again like this. Now main thing is you hold it secure in the center. You don't want it to slip away from your hand. So you're right now you're just centering it. And I chose this sequence yarn because you know this blouse kind of had like jari works, so it will look pretty. Now you go through underneath this, through your neck of the blouse, and then go again. At the beginning it will look little difficult and it will feel little difficult, but gradually you see that you will be able to attach it. And then once you attach it, then you make the little stitches to be permanent. So you see, first time I attach it, now second time I'm giving the little stitches to be permanent. Like this. Now go inside this. Don't pull too much because we don't want to gather the fabric around too much. We're just giving a light stitch and this will stay. If you do 3 times, now some of you want to glue it. I don't know about the glue. You can try the hot glue, but I don't know if this hot glue will stay good in the washer and dryer. I never tried hot gluing, so I don't know if it's gonna stay good, because this is blouse, you need to wash it, dry it, and the mirror might fall off. So this is not so hard, it's really easy. If you watch the video a few times and follow, then you can see you will be able to achieve this. This is actually very easy to learn. This is kind of beginner level. Rather, the mirror, when you stitch it directly onto your blouse, that's even harder, because there, you know, you kind of have to gather the fabric and it kind of destroys the look, so it's much more harder. This is actually easier with the frame. So I'm almost there and it's pretty secure at this point. You see, it's secure. You don't want to overdo it because it's just a design, and these designs are always gonna be on your clothes which you wear on your parties and stuff, so you really don't want to make it very solid, you know. Now after this you go through the behind like this and you cut it off. Now I'm done with this and I'll take off my frame. After you're done, you don't need the frame anymore. You take up your frame, and now we're gonna do the decoration part. Now you see, it looks so nice. It's nice and centered. Now right now I am not putting anything in the middle, but when you do it, I ask you to put something in the middle. Here you can put a cardboard, a piece of paper, because you don't want to glue this top part with the bottom. As I mentioned to you, this one is glue / paint. So any surfaces you're doing, that will be glued to the other surface. so you need to remember that. So when you do the decoration, make sure you put in something in between. I am not putting because I usually pull it like this and make it apart. So now let's work in the side. Now I have some sequences, and I usually did all of them with sequences. So this one I'm gonna do this long, beautiful golden long beads, and I have some of these sequences, and these are not very many left, so I will just throw in here and there few. And then I have this round beads, this will go in the middle. So let's see how we do this. So you blouse little bit hard because you don't have that much space, so you just put it whatever space you can find. See, you can just do only one flower which is in the middle. And this is the kind of frame I used. I have talked about it many my other videos, and you can get it in any craft store. But these are, they do not call the mirror frame, they're called crochet rings. So they are for doing crochet. I invented the new purpose for it, and that's working very good. So now we do the inner. So you use your paint enough, sufficient amount, not too much, not too little, just right. So you use like this, and now we're going to put long beads into it. If you watch my thumbsuit decoration, if you watch my purse, the latest purse decoration, then you will see how I added these long beads. It's very easy, little bit tedious, but easy. You put your long beads here. Well, technically you're not supposed to put it on your fabric because you don't want to stain your fabric, but I'm just putting right now quick just to show you. So you pick up the bead and drop it on the paint, and make sure you press it down a little bit, not too much. You press it down a little bit. Even if you put little bit more pressure, it's okay, because once this paint dries, it really looks beautiful gold. So even if you press it down, it's all right. Now at the very top, I might use a bead. So you take little bit of paint, pick up your bead and put it. Now I talked about this tool, and you can create your own from an empty paint container. Some of my audiences talked about tweezer. I don't know how that will work because I tried it. It just doesn't work with me. So you can try tweezer if it works with you. But I find now, in case if you drop two, don't try to pick up, because if you pick up you will mess up the design. Just leave it there, and when it's all dried, then you can separate them. It's very easy to do it later than right now. Right now it's wet, and in case you mess up a lot, you just take a wet paper towel, instantly wipe it off, and when you wipe, make sure you wipe all over it, so it has a like glittery texture to your fabric, instead of wiping just a certain area, because if you do wipe at a certain area, that area will look glittery and not everywhere else. So either you could do that, or you could just completely wash it up, rinse it with cold water, and when the fabric dries, start over again. So now little bit more and we're done. So like this, you continuously add your beads and make sure you press it down. Now once in a while you may drop one or two beads while wearing it, but it's okay, because most of the beads will stay there. And as you see, I created these big sarees, and I wear them quite often, and the beads are there. I mean, few out of the thousands and thousands of beads I have added on that, few of them obviously fell off. And that's true for even if you buy a beautiful Jardosi saree from store and you go wearing that somewhere, and you see all over the floor these beautiful sequences lying down. So even if you stitch it, it's always going to fall. So we're done with this portion, and I have a little bit left. As I told you, I'm going to add those sequences there. Now I'm going to work in this outer side and outer side the same way, so I'm not going to bore you with doing the same thing again. I will just draw this thing, and then I will show you how I put these beads in the inner portion of it, and you can just put the outer portion of it yourself. like this. Now, as I mentioned to you in my many videos, that these paint, it does not look good when it's wet. Wait till it dries, because when it's dry it has a totally different look. So when it's wet, it's kind of white and not really so attractive, but when it's dry, it's so gold color and really beautiful. Now I'm putting these dots in the middle. These dots, I will put the beads on these dots. So now I will put the long beads in the side and beads in the middle. So I will keep the long beads here. Anything working, you keep in a little container next to you, not on the directly on the fabric, because fabric, see, one of the beads went in here and I'm not going to try to pick it up. I will just drop it there. So if you do make mistakes like this, just leave it there, do not pick it up, because then you will mess up the whole thing. Once these beads dropped in the paint, that's, you have to leave it there. You push it and leave it there. So like this, you continuously go around. And now we're gonna do the big beads. You get little bit of this paint, come back and pick up, and you just can go with the motion quickly and you'll be done. But if you do many flowers, if you have to do, suppose you have to do a sari or you have to do a salwar kurta, do few flowers today, few flowers tomorrow, then you will just you know, it's very interesting. This one is kind of my passion, so I don't feel bored, I feel energized to do this. So here we are, and this is already beginning to look very pretty to me, and when it dries it will be really beautiful. I'm going to add a picture of it when it dries. I'll let it dry and then I'll take another picture of it and add it to the video so you can see how the dry look. See, here I have an extra bead. I will just leave it there. I will not pick it up, and I will pick it up when it dries. When it's dry, you just pull it out with something. So now the outer area, you do exactly the way we do the inner area, and then after this you can even do little bit farther. I'll show you. So we're done with this, and the outer one, well, I'm just so tempted to do it. I'll just try to do quickly. When I do this work, I get just so passionate about this work, and I have created so many things. There's so many things that I would like to share with you guys, and the beautiful tablecloths, and the another purse coming up, and that I'm going to create. I started doing the flowers, and these flowers are completely made of pearl, and so I'm doing pearl flower in this purse. I don't know when I'm gonna be done with it, because it's just, you know, still at the brainstorming stage, and I'm like, I started it and I'm still thinking, what should I do, how should I do this, snap buttons, and what should I put. I usually like to put snap button in my purses, not a chain, because I find the snap buttons looks much more prettier in a party purse than a chain. You know, party purse, you're really not carrying so much, and it just looks so beautiful with a mirror or a button, or just a little some kind of pearl, something to close it up, and just gives a really classy look. Now I'm almost done with it. Now you can decide how farther you want to put these beads, but make sure you push them a little bit, don't just drop it, because then they will. And here you see I have this extra bead. I'm just gonna have to leave it there. I will pick it up later. We're almost done. So there you have it, a beautiful decoration for your blouse hand. And well, we can go a little bit farther. Let me do a little bit farther. It's not going to be the bead, only the paint, little bit farther. And that's gonna be okay. Wait till it dries and I'll add a picture when it dries. Right now it looks like soggy. Also, I talked about putting few sequences here, so I forgot about that. I will do this few little sequences. That will make it pretty. So you can add few, and this design you can put in a salwar kurta. I'll make a salwar kurta someday because I have all these videos planned out, and I got a new machine, as I mentioned, so I'll start making the dresses. I'm so busy because I have my garden going on too. You know, I have to do many videos on the garden now. Things started growing in my garden, so I have to do the videos on that, and there's so much seed to put out there. So, and I'm thinking about starting the cooking videos, so that's another area. So here you see we're done with this beautiful flower, and I'll let it dry for 2 hours. Now over here you can do few more beads like this. You can add few here where I added this. You can add some beads to it, just the long beads. Drop it like this. First you lay them down, and then you put a gentle pressure and press them down. Not too much, because you don't want to splatter the paint. You just want to this bead to be stuck with this paint. I have decorated this beautiful t-shirt. Last night I worked on the t-shirt, and the t-shirt came out so good, but I still want to do so much with it. But I will do a video on that now, and then I will finish and have a picture about that. So this is, we are done. I will add some more of these before I finish it up. These sequences, long time ago I found it in a craft store, and then I do not see them anymore. So I don't have that many, but I love them. They look so pretty. I am getting ready to do another sari with sequences. This one is a yellow chiffon sari, and I already put the trim on it, which is red and black, and then I'm going to do yellow and black decoration with sequences. So as soon as I do it, I'll put up the video. So here you have it, and we have pretty much done all the decoration. Now I'll wait on these 2 hours, then I'll take another final picture and add it to this video, so you can see how the finished product looks. And few places you see I dropped extra beads, and I'll leave it just the way it is, and then I'll pick them up 2 hours later. It'll be very easy. You take a tweezer and pull them up 2 hours later, so you don't mess up your beautiful design. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please do go to my Facebook fan page and give me some likes, because I really need 25 likes to change the name of the page. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you guys' help. Thank you. Bye bye. See you with my next video, which is on t-shirt decoration, and I'm gonna shoot the video just right now. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.